Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. We are doing an incredible recipe tonight. We don't have a guest, so you're just stuck with me, but that's okay. Joe's on the other side of the camera. Hey Joe.
Hey,
How are you?
good, good. How are
Good, good.
you?
I'm good. So today we are doing a nice lemon Mediterranean chicken. It's all done in one skillet. And then we're going to put that over a nice couscous or 7 grain, whatever type of rice you like. You could even, I suppose, put it over pasta if you really wanted to, but any type of rice that you like. So I want to start by just going over the ingredients. So into this dish, and it's all going to be done in one pan. I've already got my pan heating. We're going to do about 1.5 pounds of chicken that has been cut up into little diced bits. Thank you, Joe. He was my sous chef tonight for the show. We were doing so. I'll give you. We're recording some shows now in advance so that we've got some in the can. So if Mitch wants to take a night off or needs, has something coming up, we've got some pre-done shows. So this is one of those pre-recorded shows. So it's a test for us. So let's get back. Got 1.5 pounds of chicken, cut bite size. We've got two peppers. You could use yellow, orange, green, whatever color you like. I like to mix them together, so we've got orange and red in this one. We've got 1 large onion that's been finely sliced, and you're going to break up all those slices before you put them in. As you know, I use my mandolin, so it makes for great, perfectly evenly sliced onions, which means they cook all at the same time. We've got a can of diced tomatoes, 2 cups of cut spinach. We've got the juice of 1 lemon, 3 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. We've got olive oil. We've got 1/2 cup of olives. If you don't like the olives, you don't have to put the olives in. I'm not a big olive fan, so this is something you put on top when the dish is done. You're not cooking the olives all inside with everything else, because some people don't like olives. It's a little too salty. And then we've got about 1/2 cup or a little more of feta cheese. So we're going to start off with our onions and our peppers. So we're going to get our skillet nice and warm like it already is. We're going to take our olive oil, put it right into our hot skillet, and that is already very hot. And we'll start off with our onions, and you should hear a nice sizzle. Yeah, love the sizzle. Ow, that hurt. Breaking my own rules. Put things in away from you when you're using hot oil. Let's turn that down just a little bit. All right, there we go. We're going to get our onions in there going, and then we're going to get our peppers also. But I want to get these onions a little bit brown to begin with. Get them cooked down. I'm going to add a little bit of salt just so that it absorbs the moisture that comes off of these onions. And because they're so thinly sliced, they will start to brown right away. So the nice thing about this is it's one skillet. You made some rice, which we've already made in advance. Those are sizzling nicely. Have you been to the Mediterranean before, Joe?
No.
It's so beautiful. The nice place about the Mediterranean is it's Italy and Spain and Greece and all of these great countries on the Mediterranean. All those foods have kind of come together to create all of these amazing local foods. So this would be something you would typically find in Greece. On the Greek islands, because all of these ingredients are found on the Greek islands. And it'd be a very quick thing you could do for your family. They might cook it in a larger, if they were outside cooking, they might cook it in a larger, maybe a wok style. But you can see we're starting to get some brown on these onions, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to keep those going for a few minutes. I'm going to need a little more spinach, because that's just a cup of spinach. So we'll get a little bit more spinach out here. Yes, I buy it like this. So we'll just put that in there for now, and I'm going to cut those. I'm going to dice that up just a little bit. So let me get my cutting board here. So we're just going to take some of the spinach. At the end, when we put it in, it's just going to wilt. But I don't want really big, huge pieces. There we go. You could also tear it if you wanted to tear it. It's just as simple. Well, this might be 2 cups, but it wilts down, so it's not going to hurt it. So you're just rough chopping. When you're doing this, you're not doing any special chopping, anything too spectacular or pretty. You're not worried about it. And there we go. Let's check our onions. Those are looking just beautiful. So they're getting nice and caramelized. So I might turn this up just a little bit more, just higher heat now, so they aren't going to burn. And the next thing we're going to add into this is our peppers. Here they are. I thought, Joe, and I'm going to cut these up a little bit more too, because they're in slices, but just so it makes it easier for you when you're eating and people don't have a bunch of food they're trying to hang out of their mouth. And it also helps them cook a little bit quicker. So we're just going to dice those peppers up. Put them right into the dish. Yum. And we're going to let those saute for a couple of minutes. I'm going to put the lid back on it so that the peppers can kind of steam also. And while that's happening, we're going to take our chicken that we have here, and we're going to put our oregano and our basil on top of this. This is just dry. It's about a teaspoon of each. You're going to mix it all with the chicken. And then we're going to use a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're going to put on it. Benny, I'm making quite the mess down here. You should be cleaning it up by now. He's like, it's not chicken, Dad.
He's waiting for the good stuff.
He is. He's waiting for the good stuff. All right. Get your fingers into this. It's not going to kill you. But you do want to wash your hands when you're done. All right. So we've got all of that nice chicken just sitting there. I'm going to wash my hands real fast. All right. And we're going to set this off to the side over here. Let's check our onions and peppers. See how they're doing. Oh, those look great. So now you can start to smell these peppers starting to cook, the onions fusing with them. And this, again, is a very simple dish. It's going to put you in the 500 calorie serving or so per person. And I'm going to need a bowl. So once these are done, we're going to take them out. And again, we're not trying to get them super soft. We want a little bit of crispiness to this. It's about having all of those nutrients stay in our vegetables. All right, we got that out. Using the same pan, we're going to put a little bit more olive oil in. That'll heat up right away. And we're going to add in our chicken. Again, we're going to get a nice sizzle on that. And we'll turn that up a little more. This is, again, going to cook very quickly because we've got such small bite-sized pieces. You know, most of the time that we're getting ready for the show, it's the prep time that takes so much time, but not really. When you're thinking about your recipes, like think about things you can use similar ingredients with for your dish. For instance, we've got this great Mediterranean chicken that we're making, and we've got peppers and onions and spinach and tomatoes and garlic. All of those could go into a fajita dish, for instance, if you were making some chicken fajitas. Or you could also use a lot of these same ingredients, the onions and the peppers, tomatoes and the spinach in a Thai chicken, like a coconut Thai chicken. So when you're looking at what you're making for your week, think about what can I use peppers and chicken, peppers and spinach and all my different ingredients. And then you can run over to our website at www.neighborscooking.net. And if you put in your ingredients in the search under our recipes, it will come up with recipes that have those specific ingredients in it. Isn't that cool? So let's say you got a bunch of spinach, but you're not sure what to do with it all, besides make a spinach salad. Go in, type spinach, and all of my recipes that have spinach will pop up. Or you could put spinach, comma, peppers, comma, onions, or plus onions, plus peppers, and it will look for all of my recipes that are on the page that have those ingredients in it. And then you can continue to use all of those same ingredients and not waste any. Nothing worse than a recipe that calls for half an onion, and then you end up wasting that other half an onion. We don't need to do that. So we're going to cook everything the way and not have any waste. That should always be the goal of what you're doing in your kitchen. No food waste means you're saving money, which means you're doing a great job of budgeting for your family. So we've got this chicken. I can already see it's getting nice and white. I can smell that oregano on it. Yum. This will be something different for you, Joe. You haven't tasted this before. So let's turn this up just a little more. We don't want any raw chicken. Benny? Benny knows where the good cooking happens. All right, we're going to turn this up just a little bit higher. There we go. And I'll put the lid back on it for a minute. So when we start to pull this together, whatever rice you made, so I often, if I'm going to have mashed potatoes and rice or whatever other starches I'm going to have during the week, I'll make a big batch of them in advance and I'll put them into just a container, like one of these to-go containers. You can pop it in your microwave to warm them up. But if you're going to store rice, once you've made it, let it cool down before you put it in your refrigerator. Put some butter on it or some olive oil. Mix that all in, break it all up, let it cool down a little bit, because if you put it into the fridge when it's still hot, all that starch is just going to bind all that rice together, and it's going to get lumpy and not very good. So put some olive oil or some butter on it, let it cool down, and then you can put it right into your fridge and you can keep using it and using it over again. You don't want to necessarily warm up the whole container if you only want a little bit. But you know when you get like rice from the Chinese restaurant and you leave it in the box and you throw it in your fridge and then you go to get some and you put your spoon in and the whole half the box comes out, still shaped like the box? That's because there's nothing on it to keep it separated. And although it's supposed to be sticky rice, it's not really meant to be stored for any length of time. So we've got our chicken going. Looks so good. Smells good. It's very fresh and light and airy. So I think that's good. We're going to go ahead and put our spinach in. We're going to put that right up on the top. There we go. And that is going to start to wilt down here in just a few minutes. Put our lid back on. So as with all cooking, we're building these flavor levels, these profiles up. So the spinach is one of the last things you'll put in because you want it to be fresh. We're also going to add our garlic in on top of that spinach. And we're going to add our lemon juice. So juice of 1 lemon. And we're going to let all those flavors start to come together. Let the spinach start to wilt down. Ah, that looks so good. All right. See how fast that spinach wilts down? So it only takes a minute. We're going to add back in our peppers and our onions. And we're going to start to bring all that together. So you can see in all the beautiful colors, the greens and the reds and the oranges. Very Mediterranean, very Southern California, very fresh. And your friends will likely be very impressed. And the last thing we're going to add into this dish are our diced tomatoes. So this is just a can. You could buy stewed tomatoes, you know, any kind of tomato, but you want to dice them up. It's just easier to get a diced can already. And now all of that's going to blend in. And we're going to let that heat up for just a minute. Blend all those flavors. All right. Put the lid on. Do you like olives, Joe?
Yeah.
And so yours can have olives on it. Let's heat some rice up real fast. So this is my quinoa, so we're going to put it on quinoa. Oh. Gonna be good. All right. So I'm gonna say that's probably done. Look how beautiful that looks. Simply delicious. Look out, Ben. All right. So, we've got our beautiful Mediterranean dish. We've got some quinoa and brown rice. So we're just going to put that in. Take some of this delicious mixture. Need more chicken than that. There we go. Put that on the side. And then we're going to take some of our feta cheese. Put that right over the top. And then for Joe, some olives. And that is it, Joe. You get to come have your taste.
Oh, it looks so fresh.
Just like me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. It tastes so light.
Isn't it? It's
Yeah.
very light. It's very refreshing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great summer dish.
Can I have it?
You can have it. So that is our Mediterranean, lemon Mediterranean, fresh and easy in one pan, done in way under 30 minutes, I'm sure. I don't know where we're at on time, Joe, but it has to be under 30 minutes. And I hope that you'll enjoy this. I hope that you'll make this. And as always, please hit subscribe. It might be up, it might be down, it might be on the side, but hit subscribe, hit follow, share us with your friends and family. We appreciate it. And help us get to that 1 million views. We are that close. That's about 200,000 views. Is what that is? So we're about that close. So, and if you subscribe to our channel, remember all of those funds for the subscription, 99 cents a month, goes to benefit the LGBTQ food bank here in the desert. And thank you again for joining us. Thanks, Joe, for tasting it and being my guinea pig so often. And that's it for our show. I hope that you have a great week, and I can't wait to see you back in my kitchen. Remember, there's always a place for you at our table here at Neighbors Cooking. Have a great week. We'll see you later.